We're going to start off with A Quiet Place. I watched all three of them the other night. 1 and 2, both of them are rated PG-13, and both are directed and starred in by John Krasinski, as well as Emily Blunt and Millicent Simmons. The Abbott family must survive a world invaded by blind alien creatures with ultra-sensitive hearing. They are living on a farm almost a year and a half after the invasion, and the world is looking very bleak. A single loud noise could bring these creatures running from miles away. Now, if that's not bad enough news, the Abbotts are also expecting a newborn baby at any time whenever we encounter them. Not saying newborns are a bad thing, but they cry a lot. This first installment was pretty good. It was a lot of fun, and it really had me on the edge of my seat. I was really encouraged to watch the second one. I was really feeling it. Part 2, like I mentioned, is also directed by John Krasinski. It also Part 2 stars Cillian Murphy and Jimon Hansu. In the second one, we bring in the neighbor Emmett, who is played by Murphy. This time, they're setting off to find a remote paradise island away from the alien visitors. They get this radio kind of clue signal or whatever. So the deaf girl takes off with the neighbor to try to find this place. Dude, I'm really impressed with Jim from The Office vision and his direction. I like the way he shoots. I enjoy him in more serious roles, you know. He did really well as Jack Ryan. Although the second one isn't quite as good as the first one, I really enjoyed the story. And next, I'm going to hit part 3, which was called A Quiet Place Day 1. It's also rated PG-13. But this installment is directed by Michael Sarnowski, with Krasinski only taking a writer's credit. It stars Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff, and once again we have Jimon Hansu. This film is set in New York, and like the title suggests, it is day 1 of this alien invasion. So, Nyong'o plays Sam, and not me, but another Sam. This is a female Sam who happens to have cancer, and she's in search of a pizza. Essentially, that's her like final wish or whatever. So she's on this day trip with this other group of, I guess they're cancer patients or whatever. So on their little outing is whenever the attack initially happens. So she meets up with Eric, who's played by Quinn, and essentially together they try to survive these monsters. It's a pretty, it's a lot more endearing tale. Add in the whole woman is dying to the scenario. Has some pretty cool fight scenes. I say fight scenes, you know, monsters tearing ish up. The movie has a different vibe from the first two, which makes sense because it is a different director. In my opinion, the movies do not necessarily get better, and they don't necessarily get worse as we make our way through the trilogy. They're all available to stream on Paramount Plus, so if you have your subscription, hit it up.
What we're watching Wednesdays.
Check out all of our videos at UnkleSamPresents.com.